Hey. Hello everybody, welcome to the Jack Ruhl Show. And today we're going to be talking about Netflix recommendations. Because all of us, well not all of us, because most of us, and by most of us I mean me and Justin, we've finished Stranger Things Season 2. There is a hole in our hearts that we need to fill because we finished Stranger Things. So, today we're going to talk about our top Netflix recommendations. And we're going to get Hulu's recommendations, Hunter's recommendations, Tori's, Justin's, and mine. So let's get to it. So the way we're gonna do this is everybody's gonna come here and we're gonna stand right here, move to 1/3, and then point up here for their top 3 recommendations. So for example, for me, my top 3 Netflix recommendations are 1, Arrested Development. I think right now there's 4 seasons, there's currently a 5th season in development, and it's one of my top 3 favorite shows. And so there's just so many things. Okay, so back to my top 3 recommendations. 2, Black Mirror. Black Mirror is one of those shows that you can watch specific episodes and not the whole series and still be entertained. Black Mirror is a great show. I haven't seen too many episodes, but the episodes I've seen are just incredible. The writing is insane. And then 3, Gotham. Gotham is one of the shows that I've watched probably since 9th grade. I don't know, I've seen it since the beginning, and it's just such a great show. It's about Gotham and like Batman and all that. Oh. Defense! But yeah, go check out those 3, because they are my top 3 recommendations. Next. Oh.
How dare you? Spooky! What was that? Okay. No, I need it. The one show that I recommend is 13 Reasons Why, because it's like a whole in-depth thing about like suicide and all that. Although that's not a very optimistic topic to talk about. It's like a whole thing about the whole high school situation. It just kind of hits me hard because like that was kind of the environment that I was in. Like, I didn't ever contemplate suicide or all that, but I know people that did, and then like I know people that were in the same situation as Hannah, and then for me that hit me hard because I was involved in all that. Or it helped me understand more about suicide and the reasons why people do it. Like made me more conscious about how other people think and all that. It's a good way to think about how things can affect someone in high school and all that, and yeah.
Butterfly effect.
Hello! I have a movie, I have a TV show, and I have a comedy special. So first one, I'll do Freaks and Geeks. It's one of those like high school coming of age kind of TV shows, but like it was cinema verite and it was inspiring. Like La La Land.
Somebody say La La Land?
La La Land?
What? La La Land?
La La Land? The next one is a comedy special called Neil Brennan 3 Mics. Neil Brennan, he's a comedian. Like most comedians, he has, you know, mental health issues. He had this 3 mic setup, so he had like one stage right, one center stage, one stage left. And each one kind of like represented a different thing. On one part he had a straight up stand up where he'd tell stories, no, it's like comedy. The other part he would like tell stories about growing up with mental issues. In the center is just like fast lines, like just puns going. He had like a stack of post-it notes and he'd just read it off. I think it's just cool to see a show like that where it like covers such a wide variety and he had like 3 different segments, and I think like the center segment was like a kind of in-between thing because we always cover things up with stupid puns. I don't know, it's just authentic. I love authentic, any kind of storytelling. Last thing is a very close movie to my heart. It's actually the 10-year anniversary of the movie today. It's a little movie called B-Movie. It's not B-Movie. It's Frances Ha. I haven't seen it in a long time. I have really bad memory with like anything I watched. I don't remember it well, but it was the best characterization I've ever seen in a film. And I can't tell you why because I don't remember. Just this girl, she wants to be a dancer and she keeps failing. It's another one of those stories that like we artists can really relate to because it's just failure after failure after failure, but you just love what you're doing so much that you can't stop doing it. And that's why I really like Frances Ha. Those are my recommendations.
Hey, so right off the bat, just TV shows, Narcos, Marco Polo. I'm also a big House of Cards fan. There's the Marvels. I'm a huge Jessica Jones fan. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage I thought was really great. Iron Fist, I mean, it's really hit or miss with people. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm really looking forward to The Punisher. And then for documentaries, the favorite is right off the bat, Chef's Table. Cinematography is
beyond great. They have really diverse different types of chefs. So they don't just go to like who's considered #1. They go to people that they think bring interesting stories. Cooked is another great one. Abstract, there are some great episodes in there. Honestly, there's a lot of great stuff on Netflix. It's just about like going around and finding it. Star Wars, The Clone Wars is on there. Man, I'm a huge fan of those. But yeah, Netflix. Those are some of my recommendations.
What's up? It's your boy Joey J. Just kidding, it's Hunter. Time for my recommendations. I love Netflix because it feels infinite to me. So I have lots of recommendations. I split everything into 3 categories instead. So I have TV, movies, and documentaries. We'll start with documentaries because, well, people don't really watch documentaries, sadly. Single tier. There are lots of good documentaries on Netflix. It's actually a really good thing about Netflix is that they support a lot of different types of film, and so I personally love music documentaries that like follow bands and whatnot, and so to me those are just really interesting. So for those I could recommend, there's a really good one about the Eagles if you like the Eagles. There's a really good one about Tom Petty. There's basically almost anything you want you can find. There's really good ones on hip-hop artists like the Grateful Dead, anything you really want, but the Tom Petty and the Eagles ones are like personally my favorite. They're really interesting. There's ones on film too which are really interesting. There's one called S is for Stanley. It's all about Stanley Kubrick. There's surf ones. There's really good surf documentary called Given. That's like my favorite. It was like all told through like a kid's narration, even though it's like about his family, and it's like really interesting. It's just different and it's really cool. Surf documentaries can get a little boring sometimes, so this is a good one. I love it. There's another one called Sea Nomad. That's pretty good. And getting into the serious documentaries, Icarus, which is about this guy who is a cyclist and he gets into doping with this guy who's like the head of the Russian like Olympic athletes, and then like while he's working with him, like all the crazy stuff with Russia getting caught for all their doping and getting kicked out of the Olympics like comes out, and so it turns into this like incredibly intense drama. Really good. It's called Icarus. And then lastly, one of my favorite documentaries, extremely popular, actually made me cry first time I watched it, which is kind of embarrassing, is Man on Wire, and it's about the man who walked between the Twin Towers back in the 70s, and it's just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. All right, movies. Heavyweights. Heavyweights is this extremely funny Disney comedy from the 90s with Ben Stiller and a bunch of child actors. It's about like a fat camp, but it's really funny, it's really creative, it's just entertaining. Then there's more serious stuff like Nightcrawler, I think is really great. Jake Gyllenhaal, incredible acting from him. Zodiac, I'm a big Fincher fan, so it's about serial killers, which is always a topic of interest of mine. Prestige, Christopher Nolan, about magicians, really cool, big plot twist. Christopher Nolan, really entertaining. There's Less Fun movie, wouldn't recommend this to everybody. It's like a tragedy, really intense, kind of makes you feel a little disgusted with the world the next day, but it's really good, and it's called Old Boy. Old Boy is like really intense, but if you're looking for something that's like just I don't know, if you want to be a little upset, it's really well made. It's got an extremely cool tracking shot in it. Your main character like in a hallway like fighting through all these guys. You might have seen it like in a YouTube video or something. Really cool, really good movie, but very intense and pretty sad. To end it off, since I'm rambling for way too long compared to everybody else, TV shows. New show that came out not long ago. I mentioned I'm a big Fincher fan earlier. I also mentioned that I do enjoy serial killer movies and TV shows. Mindhunter. It's really good. It's about the FBI agent who helped found the behavioral science unit, and it's about him learning from all these serial killers like as they're coming up with that terminology. Really interesting. The dialogue is exceptional, and it is just, I binged it in like 2 days, so it's really entertaining. I don't do that often. Worth your while if you're like into that kind of dark stuff. It's fun. But my absolute recommendation, if you don't listen to anything I just said, which Jack probably won't even put all of this in the episode anyway, my one thing I can recommend to everybody, even though it might not appeal to everybody, I would still recommend that everybody watch it, is Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is this show from the 90s by David Lynch. It's just the perfect blend of like, feels like the 90s. It's got a great soundtrack, just a hilarious acting. It's about like a murder. It's like a murder mystery, but it's like funny at times because it's just like purposely cheesy, also kind of spooky. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's just really entertaining. Those are my recommendations. Have fun with them. Yeah, be awesome.
Be awesome.
Basketball.
Well, that is it for our Netflix recommendations. Hopefully you guys can check out some of them, all of them, who really knows. If you do check them out, let us know in the comments, and let us know your Netflix recommendations, so we want to see them too. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you took some value from today's episode, and as always,
be awesome.
be just
I'm sorry, Jack.
Be awesome.
Be awesome.
Let's just do it away from the light.
What?
Kinetic energy, guys. Let's learn science.
1/2 like mass times velocity or something. Oh!
Justin, are you okay?
Did you get that?
Yeah!
How much of that did you get?
How close was
I
that?
got-
It was like right here.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Sorry, Justin. That's what you get for not knowing the formula.